Well, as I just advertised through Sound, I'm about to put up some more video cameras. I advertised through Sound to help out some people and give them a heads up into debate, as you could call it, as that's what I do. I have nothing to hide. And I'm willing to help out people who want to debate, and if I can give them some sort of way to think of something to debate with, I will, as that creates a debate, because hopefully they don't look stupid when they do it. And why I'm talking about this now is I've been talked to and complained to about setting up security cameras and why we need to do such things, why the people vacuum their garden, kind of thing. And so I'll be putting up, for security reasons, as I like to solve things on a low income earner or not, you have to take one step at a time to eventually solve something so you can move to this next. Now I have an issue of being paranoid about being stolen from. I have things that I make myself that are unique, and so they're hard to cover by insurance. I really would not like them to be stolen, but we do our best to protect our stuff. I have a camera system that records constantly up to 3 to 6 months, depending on how many cameras you got going and how much reboots you do and stuff like that, how much it comes on. It all depends on what you do, right? Some systems can go on the internet. This system cannot, as I work with a low budget. When you work with a low budget, you can still get things done, but it takes a while, like I talked about. If we started a step for real and went righteously for real, just like getting to the moon, eventually everything should be sorted when it comes to basic priorities. But we don't do that as human beings collectively. We bully and intimidate, and I want too much with their immaturity. And so I will be solving a problem that lots of people have got around me, so I mentioned it out loud, how to solve this problem. This is what I do, but they rather come in and say, you don't have cystic fibrosis, but I do. You know what I mean? And so what I did is I talked about how to solve an issue with a low income budget if you want to, or just get over it, as some would say, and be a gambler and take the risk. You can do that one. But some people have copped it too much where they don't want to take the risk, as the risk happens too often, right? And so I'll be putting up these mini cameras that aren't costly one by one, between $10 to $30, depending on the brand, that you can put up that are Wi-Fi. As long as you've got Wi-Fi, which is what I've got, my power cannot be disconnected, and so I'll be able to keep Wi-Fi if a burglar comes in and tries to do their normal tactics, as you can make a battery backup system for your Wi-Fi, which you need to do when you go full security, as they're standard tricks, and if you want to get through it, you have to solve it, right? And their standard tricks is they cut off power and all these things to cut off your security system. So if you've got a security system, a burglar can still, and even hooked to the internet, right? A burglar can come in and turn your power off, and if your system goes off, what does that mean? That's how powerful that system is. They get to the box, you might see them go to your box in a balaclava, and then you won't be able to use that at court. It's not going to help you one little bit at all, right? You'll be able to see what happened up to that moment, and then you won't even see how it went down. Right? That's how they shut you down. But if you have a backup system with its own power where they can't do that, you'll be able to see them come in and damage your cameras on your camera system. And if it's in a safe or an area they can't find, which is the box, if you want to go properly, that's what you're meant to do. They won't steal your box, because that's what they will do as well. That's a standard thing. I've had friends with security systems and they went, shit, I got robbed. They even took the box too. We know someone named Nathan that said a similar, I think it was Nathan, wasn't it, Emma?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I know others too, right, that said a similar thing to me. And I'm going, yeah, it's not really worth it, is it? Right? If you're going to do something, you go all the way. And so I can get these little camera systems. I'll show you one actually. This one here, upgradable, but it's limited in one area, but it helps in another, right? And so this doesn't record anything. It's not hooked up by itself. It's Wi-Fi. You can get an app, right? and it gets sound too. And you can hook in little cards if you want to download some information. If you want to leave too, we can download, record for a while. It depends on how big your card is. Otherwise, if you got, so that's if you want to go off grid. Otherwise, it has the cloud ability through the app to download and record up to 12 hours or however big space that you get available to you on the cloud, as long as you have Wi-Fi, which is internet access, which is what I've got. Right? Doesn't mean you can't be hacked. Right? Can't stop hackers. We do have that problem too. That's up to the government to fix that area, as a normal person cannot fix that. These will be put up. Not as many spots as the other, but in the most important spots. I don't need to cover as much as I've covered at the moment. But half of them will be put up, roughly in the half most important spots, which is door areas and to cover security, than to just see what's out there, right? And so these will be put up like this, all by themselves. They're Wi-Fi. And when I leave home, they'll only be used, so they'll be off most of the time when I'm at home. The other system can take over that, right? I don't need it, as I'm here. And I can protect the system or see what happens to the system when you're here. So normal security is cool on that, and it records the moments. But when I leave, we have no security. We only have that camera that can be shut off, like I talked about, or can be broken into, record the moment, but then be stolen, right? And so to cover yourself more, the more you do these things with insurance, the more you can get insurance too, and cover your stuff in the worst case scenario as well. Gets it right down, having these security things. Check it out, which is what I told these people. And so I'm going to have about 6 of these, to 4 to 6 of them, right, to cover at least every doorway. Actually, I'm going to have up to 10, sorry. And I'm going to have some inside as well, so I know when they're in. And then when I leave, you can hook them all together through the app to see your screens. Right. And I can have it on my phone, as I talk a lot with people on phones and stuff. And so having a phone around to me is not a big deal to feel secure after being attacked several times. And so, and I'm going to use these as well and power them to put out when I go to put things out in memorials and stuff for the public as well. And they're not that costly. And then you just need a battery system and a little inverter hidden to power this. That's all you need. And a Wi-Fi hooked up to it. Your phone. You can hook up your phone to be the Wi-Fi. In a box somewhere. A cheap phone. People do it. I'll show you do it. It's not that hard. And all up you'd spend, definitely using old equipment, that you could just spend $100 and have these setups. Or even get it for free with old materials. Right, laying around, as people like to upgrade. You use old materials to do other things. And so when I have to leave, I'll be able to upload. So when you leave, you can get it to download to the cloud, so you can delete it as well and make room. So when you get back, nothing happens, you delete it, and allows you to do it again. I think the cloud allows you to do like 10 hours or something, like 24 hours. They'll let you go for ages like your systems. But it gives you a while. And if a burglar happens, you'll be able to watch it. Can't stop things, but you'll be able to see it, call the police, say you're in burglary in progress, right? Your alarm's gone off, right? All the other things are done what it's done. You're watching them. They've just smashed these cameras, so you'll get right up to that moment, right? But you'll know it's happening, as these things have an alert. I mean, as soon as they start to see things, like the other cameras have seen, a lot of movement, right? You set it which one you want. It alerts you. Right, like the door security ones do, which I'll also have. So I'll be alerted straight away. And once you're alert, you can and the cloud's recording, you're allowed to send that and be all on the internet to send it to the police too. And they can have an easy system to hack into that. And you can feel safe with what's doing, or you can get there yourself, right? Usually people that worry a lot don't usually go too far. And so you can come and get them and sort them out yourself. That would be the best way to approach things. Is to catch them. My stepdad and I know a few people that have caught people robbing people. Stepdad owned a business, and it's a panel business, and people like to come and steal tools and stuff like that, right? And so he had a friend that seen someone robbing. Luckily, we had people as well, which we don't usually have these much these days, as people get into trouble trying to speak. Why people don't like to speak to police in Australia, as they typically like to twist things. And when you hear about that, you'll get to a point where people will not want to speak, as it becomes more of a bad outcome. But anyway, you let me know what you think of that. And yeah, you can set it up pretty cheaply. Even one of these, couple of these, you can do it with $50, less than that. You got Wi-Fi. You're able to do a similar thing and able to watch even your pets. People do it with pets and stuff like that. I notice my pets can do things when I'm not around, and so these will be the moments I'll be able to sort out that too at the same time. But anyway, have a good one, and you let me know if that's a good idea, definitely after you've had a few attacks before. And if it's not, what do you believe is a better idea than that currently at the moment on a low income? See ya.